G'day battlers, and today we're going to be jumping straight into a Vortex Cup tournament sweep at the hands of Coisabeast with a pretty interesting team. So I've got his team down there at the bottom there with Probopass and Kingdra, which are two incredibly interesting Pokemon that I've not really seen talked about in this meta yet. And then some more sort of staple Pokemon with your Primeape, Cane Ninetales, Mandibuzz, and Frostlass. So yeah, really interesting team. And if you've been here a while, you might have seen Coisabeast get some other tournament sweeps on his channel because he is such an absolute legendary battler. But if you are new, don't forget to subscribe for all of the Silph Arena content coming to this channel all the time. And yeah, let's jump into the battles. Going into round 1 here up against Enginaar, you can see we've got the teams on the right hand side, and Enginaar's got a pretty interesting team there with Bronzong, Crustle, and that Shadow Magnezone, so definitely looking forward to some spicy battles here. Now we have Kingdra in the lead up against Primeape. This is not a great spot for the Kingdra, because even though Kingdra is doing a lot of damage with the Dragon Breaths, Primeape gets to its charge move so quickly, and Kingdra is not a tanky Pokemon, so you can see how much Night Slash did already, and with a couple more counters, Kingdra is already down into the red. Finally getting a charge move off though. We'll see if a shield does come up on the Primeape's end. If there's no shield, Kingdra would be able to take it out, but there is a shield there, so Primeape going to be able to counter Kingdra all the way down here. Coisabeast does have the shield advantage, so it's not the end of the world. Brings in that Primeape to try and do that one counter needed to take out Primeape, but yeah, the charge move was definitely going to come through there. So burn the first shield, and he's now even shields, and the Mantine comes in, which is a terrible spot for Primeape to be in, so he gets some energy and then swaps out into the Probopass. Now this isn't like a great spot for Probopass to be in, because these bubbles and the bubble beams are going to be doing super effective damage, but the fact that he has the Thunderbolt there can do so much damage to Mantine with its water flying typing, so we'll see if the opponent decides to let it go through. You know, they might want to keep their Mantine for the Primeape, or maybe the Pokemon they have in the back is going to be doing really well up against both Pokemon anyway. So he decides to go for the Thunderbolt here finally. Does the shield come up? No shield. So letting that Mantine go. Maybe they thought it was a bait, or maybe they were leaving it for the Bronzong in the back. So this is actually a little bit rough for Coisabeast here, just because Bronzong is going to be doing super effective damage to the Primeape with the Confusions, and then also is going to not care about any of Probopass's charge moves. But the opponent decided to go for a charge move there, wasting his energy, which maybe was the wrong play. It does get a Thunderbolt off there, because now Primeape is actually going to be able to come in and get some Night Slashes off, which could do really well for Coisabeast here, so we might be able to turn this one around. Gets that Thunderbolt off, brings Bronzong into the yellow, swaps into Primeape to get this first Night Slash off, no messing about, throws it, does get the first shield, only needs to get to one more Night Slash and he will take this one out, and gets the Night Slash before that final Confusion comes through that would have taken out the Primeape. He still had a shield, so even if he had a charge move ready, Coisabeast would have been able to hang on, but GG's on the first game. But yeah, GG's on game 1. Going into game 2 now with Mandibuzz up against Mantine, and this battle could go for a while. Mandibuzz is just so tanky, can take so many hits, and Mantine isn't going to be taking much damage from the Mandibuzz either, so this is definitely going to be a little bit of a war of attrition. Mandibuzz going for the foul play straight away here, and Mantine actually burning the shield. So the thing, when you are the Mantine, you want to kind of be burning the early shields if you're going to be burning any shield at all, because after a couple of Bubble Beam debuffs, their charge moves are going to be doing less damage, and your shields are just going to be a little bit less useful when you use them later on. So getting the first Bubble Beam debuff and Coisabeast not burning a shield and not shielding this one either, and it is the correct call because it is another Bubble Beam. So this game could kind of be decided a little bit by whether Mantine lands an Ice Beam or doesn't land an Ice Beam, where the shields end up, and that sort of deal. So Mandibuzz is just going to be going for the straight foul plays here, trying to do as much damage to this Mantine as possible. Mantine is just going to try and snake its way through, find a way through. But yeah, again, this one is going to take a little bit of time, and Coisabeast is just stone walling it. Like, yeah, you're going for another Bubble Beam, I know it, I'm not going to burn a single shield. And bada bing, bada boom, this is going to be a Bubble Beam, and he is absolutely correct. It is just stacked wall-to-wall Bubble Beams coming out of the Mantine here from Enginaar. Going for another foul play now. Definitely going to bring this Mantine pretty low now. One more foul play will take out the Mandibuzz. Get to it, but it's a CMP tie. Mantine getting to that last Bubble Beam just in the nick of time. But Mandibuzz hangs on, it doesn't get taken out. Hanging on with the sliverest of slivers of HP. 1 HP in a dream, able to get that foul play off to take out the Mantine. That is absolutely insane, and such a great spot for Coisabeast here. He now has the shield advantage, the switch advantage, and he's looking so good here with Primeape up against that Dugong. He does have Cross Drop as well, which I think might be an Elite TM move, I'm not too sure about that. Swapping into Bronzong, and Coisabeast is going to swap into that Kingdra in return. Primeape isn't going to have the worst time, again, because he has that Night Slash that will do super effective damage, but yeah, those Confusions confusions are doing so much damage. Series the Beast burning up these shields now because he has them. He's got the 2 shield advantage, so really just wants to protect his Kingdra. Ideally, Kingdra would take out this Bronzong, and then he would be able to bring Primeape back in to take out the Dugong. Maybe leave Kingdra alive so that he can swap into it to clear the debuffs, but hey, Bronzong's attack was debuffed by that Octazooka. Unfortunately, not quite enough to be able to get another Octazooka off. In comes the Primeape and able to counter down. This is absolutely huge for Seal as a Beast here. Has a lot of energy. Unfortunately for him, the Ice Wind is coming in from the Dugong first straight away before he can get a charge move off. Ideally, you would have got the charge move off before that, but he's got the back-to-back cross drop here. So this will be debuffed one stage, 2 stage? How many is Ice Wind stages? Anyway, this cross drop will take out the Dugong, and that'll be GG's on game 2, and therefore GG's on round 1. Going into the final game for the glory with the shiny Ninetales Flex up against Mantine. This is not where Seal as a Beast wants to be, but it looks like he's going to farm up some energy so he can save it up for later. And also when Mantine gets this first Bubble Beam off, which Seal as a Beast isn't going to shield, it's kind of just a debuff that's going to get cleared pretty quickly because Seal as a Beast is just going to farm up some energy and then swap out. Gets up to the double Weather Ball there, which could be deadly later on. It's swapping into Mandibuzz now. Is this going to be another War of Attrition Bubble Beam mess? No! Goes for the Ice Beam and does land it, which takes out a really nice chunk of health from the Mandibuzz. In comes that Shadow Magnezone. This is just not looking great for Seal as a Beast here. Because Shadow Magnezone's so squishy though, it's definitely going to take a little bit of damage from these charge. Whoa! Actually a fair bit of damage from the charge moves. That did way more than I thought it would, but Shadow Magnezone is just so squishy. Forcing a shield from the opponent there to stay alive, but definitely going to be able to take out this Mandibuzz. One charge move. I think a Mirror Shot would probably take out Mandibuzz at this range. Never mind, able to hang on, but the opponent just gets a little bit more farm, which is pretty bad for Seal as a Beast here. Can bring in that Ninetales now and could almost fast move down, so decides to burn the shield here. One more fast move will take out the Mandibuzz, and we'll have those charge moves ready to go for the next Pokemon, which probably is going to be that Mantine swapping back in, which is really not great for Seal as a Beast here because he has the Ninetales and the Primeape. Neither of which really wants to take on the Mantine, so lands that first Psyshock, which is huge, and now getting me back-to-back Psyshock. Did miss a bubble there, but I don't think it matters too much. Doesn't quite take out the Mantine, but now swapping into Primeape, trying to counter down, not quite able to do it. In comes that Bronzong now, and that needs to get to 2 Night Slashes essentially. This first one to burn the last shield off the opponent, and then another one to take it out. Unfortunately, I think that last confusion did come through there, and it's not. Oh, never mind. I am so off my game here. That Primeape able to hang on with another sliver, gets the Night Slash off. Not going to take out the Primeape take out the Bronzong by any means. Ninetales going to come in here, and unfortunately, I think it is still perhaps GG's because this shield is going to protect from the Psyshock. Needs to take out the Bronzong with fast moves. Yeah, just not going to happen. But yeah, Seal as a Beast able to take out round 1, and now going to round 2 up against Always Adam 23, who has another really interesting team here. So many interesting Pokemon, and I'm really excited to see how this one does turn out. Mandibuzz up against Pelipper. This is a little less annoying than the Mandibuzz versus Mantine matchup, but the Pelipper does sort of fill the similar role in that flying water typing, so it's going to be a little bit back and forth here again, just because neither of them are doing heaps of damage to the other one, unless Pelipper can land a Hurricane, which is so huge. Swapping into the Diggersby to catch the Foul Play. Maybe he's trying to catch an Aerial Ace, but the opponent really doing pretty well here. It's just, unfortunately, they have switch locked themselves into a Diggersby, which means that Seal as the Beast is going to be able to come in here with the Primeape, able to farm up so much energy on this Diggersby. It is absolutely insane. Burns the shield here in case it is the Earthquake, which it was, and I think we'll be able to counter down before another charge move comes through. Yeah, down he goes. So much energy on Seal as the Beast's end now. And we'll see what does end up coming in, if it is that Pelipper or something else. It is the Pelipper. These aren't going to do heaps of damage, but it will start to stack up on that Pelipper, especially because Primeape has so much energy stocked up. The back-to-back Night Slash is coming through, and he has another half a Night Slash ready to go after this. So a couple more counters, and he'll get another one through. This is looking a little bit deadly for the Pelipper now. Threading that last shield from the opponent. Are they going to burn it here to keep Pelipper around? Does burn their second and last shield. In comes the Probopass now. Probopass isn't going to care too much about Pelipper's charge moves. The Weather Balls are going to be super effective, but it's not going to take out Probopass by any means. Swapping into the Melmetal in the back now. This is not great for Probopass because there's nothing Probopass can really do, and assuming that Melmetal does have superpower, Probopass is definitely going to be losing this one in the end, although it does still have a shield in play, so we'll see how it does end up playing out. No shields burned. Happy to let Probopass go. Superpower does come through and takes it out though, but Primeape, now that defense is dropped on the Melmetal, Primeape is going to be able to, again, burn one shield and farm this Melmetal all the way down and just unload all of its energy onto that Pelipper that is in the back with no shields. Another Night Slash, and this will take out the Pelipper, I'm pretty sure, and that is going to be GG's on game 1. Primeape just on a rampage with energy. Going into game 2 now with the Kingdra lead again up against Haunter, which is one I was really hoping to see. We're seeing the purple v purple here. The Dragon Breaths are going to be doing a lot to that Haunter again and actually able to take it into the yellow before we see a charge move. So is this a Shadow Ball? Is it a Shadow Ball bait? We'll just have to wait and see. Coisabeast says it's a Shadow Ball, but it was just a Shadow Punch. A little bit unfortunate there, but the opponent now swapping to the Frostlass, which just kind of lets Coisabeast swapping to the Ninetales here is going to be able to do so much damage here. And I think we might see a similar strategy here where he might burn one shield, and it's the Shadow Ball too, which that's just so much energy just lost on the opponent's end. And Coisabeast, oh, never mind, isn't quite able to farm all the way down. He's going to have to eat a Shadow Ball there, which it is just able to take out. The opponent now has the 2-0 shield advantage now, so this could definitely go either way depending on what Pokemon does come out here. It is the Melmetal, so going to be taking super effective damage from these Weather Balls if it doesn't shield up, which I feel like they probably will on the first one at least. Oh, has the back-to-back Weather Ball now. This could be really, really deadly if the opponent doesn't know what's coming to him. First Weather Ball burns their last shield, and this Weather Ball is going to go through. It is going to do a fair amount of damage to that. Just melt. Oh, never. Hold up. Where did that Haunter come from? I did not. Someone, ref. I didn't see that switch. But yeah, Haunter is taken out there, which is a little bit unfortunate for the opponent because they did have energy on that thing. But Primeape able to clean up, and that Melmetal didn't stand a chance. Going into the final battle of the round now, we have Primeape up against Frostlass, which is not a bad spot for Primeape to be in, just because he has that Night Slash ready to go, which is going to be doing super effective damage. And I think charges up just faster than Avalanche from Frostlass. I'm not certain on that, but we'll see how it does end playing out. Coisabeast shielding the first Avalanche there, and now perhaps farming up to the double Night Slash. Ooh, does charge up to the back-to-back Night Slash. Is he going to be able to get it off and do not deny a Powder Snow coming through? First Night Slash gets shielded, understandable, and does get the back-to-back charge move. No Powder Snow sneaking in through the middle of those two charge moves, which is great for Coisabeast there, especially in a matchup up against Frostlass, where Frostlass can be so dangerous with energy that you really just want to deny as many chances as possible to get that energy. Brings in the Kingdra and just eats that first Avalanche because of that water type, and Kingdra is going to be able to take it. Pelipper's coming in there. Looks like there might have been a little bit of lag there, not too sure though. Obviously this match went ahead anyway. They've gone to the Outrage, and whoa, takes out that Pelipper. That is just good night flying water bird. Yes, they did crit out of that one, but it doesn't matter too much because we saw Coisabeast take out 2 of those battles anyway, so did win the round. Going into round 3 now, up against LindenRyu, absolute top battle, absolute top person in general, and I think notorious speediest chief battle partner as well. But going into round 3 here, Probopass up against the Frostlass, which is terrible for LindenRyu. Swapping to the Primeape there, trying to get some counters off, but Coisabeast is ready for the swapping to Kingdra. Now, as we saw in the first round, this isn't actually a great spot for Kingdra to be in. Ooh, but LindenRyu goes for the Ice Punch on the Primeape there, which could be pretty interesting. We'll see if the shield does come up from Linden's end here, but if the shield does come up, Kingdra is going to be going down here, and he has just, yeah, there's the shield, and Coisabeast has just lost swap advantage. Has one shield advantage, so it's not the end of the world. Brings in the Primeape now, and potentially burns a shield here to keep Primeape nice and healthy. We'll be able to counter down the opposing Primeape here and have a nice bit of energy to go into whatever the Pokemon in the back is, which is that Frostlass. So these Night Slashes are going to be doing super effective damage, as we said before. Linden only has the one shield left, so deciding not to burn it on the first one there, maybe trying to catch the Avalanche onto Probopass there, but Linden was right on it, knew that was going to happen and did not pull the trigger early. Shadow Lapras in the back though, and this is still not going to love the Probopass matchup. Probopass going to be doing a lot of damage, a lot of super effective damage with both charge moves here, so burning the last shield on that Surf from the Lapras and going for the Rock Slide. Doesn't quite take it out, and does get to the Rock Slide before Lapras gets another charge move through. Linden does still have a shield here, so it's not the end of the world for Linden at all though. So yeah, burning that last shield, and Lapras farming up a bit of energy now, probably going to go for the Surf to try and take Probopass down as fast as possible, because Frostlass has a much better shot at taking out the Primeape than it does taking out the Probopass. This is definitely a little bit rough, and the Rock Slide going to go through here, unshielded onto the Frostlass. This is very rough for Linden here, and bada bing, bada boom, down goes the Frostlass. Going into battle 2 now though, we have Kingdra up against Primeape again and again. This is not where Coisabeast wants to be, but actually Linden swapping out to the Frostlass there, so trying to get that energy advantage maybe, because we all know that Frostlass with energy can be incredibly deadly. It gets those charge moves that are so hard hitting so fast, and the Probopass comes in, which would normally be like incredibly bad for the Frostlass, but because the Frostlass had energy, it's able to get these Shadow Balls off in relative speed. So the first one went through and took Probopass out to lower than half health with the Powder Snows added on, and now going for another Shadow Ball probably here, and does land it. Coisabeast does get this Rock Slide off before going down though, so does Linden shield trying to keep switch advantage, or are they happy to have just taken out most of the health? Does let it go, and oh, the simultaneous KO. Oh, and it's just a war of who clicks first here. Do they click at the same time? They're both waiting to the last minute, bringing in that Kingdra up against Primate, lead matchup again. They've just sacrificed the Probopass and the Froslass to the Pokemon Lords. And yeah, we're going to see how it does play out this time. Kingdra deciding to burn the shield on the Night Slash, and Primate getting the attack boost, but swapping out into Lapras anyway, which can always be a little bit hard to do when you're like, oh, but I have a boost. Oh, if I swap, I lose it. But swapping into Lapras there, really trying to play around Coisabeast, but Coisabeast just has the perfect Pokemon at every counter. Primate just perfectly countering down this Lapras because of its ice typing. This cross drop will take it out if it goes through. Does go through. That Primate will come back in on the other end. Maybe going to try and counter down again, but I think Coisabeast might potentially have too much energy here. Goes for the first cross drop, gets the shield. Oh, actually, isn't quite able to get to another one. In comes that Kingdra, tries to get the Octazooka off. Is this Primate going to be able to take out Kingdra here? I don't think so. It is just an Ice Punch too, which is just going to be neutral because of the Dragon and Water typing. So yeah, this Octazooka will take out Primate and therefore take out round 3 against Linden. Going into the final battle of round 3 now, Probopass up against Primate. Coisabeast does not want to be here, but Coisabeast has always also been in a lot of other situations where he doesn't want to be and has played out of them pretty successfully. So we're now actually seeing the Primate mirror. Linden's Primate going for the charge move straight away, trying to get some damage onto Coisabeast. Does get the shield out and then swaps into Froslass. So because Coisabeast's Primate has some energy here, this could be a little bit rough for Linden's Froslass, but maybe trying to just hope that the shield advantage can kind of flip this matchup in the other direction. Lets the first Night Slash go through. This one will not go through if Linden wants to keep Froslass around. And yeah, could potentially Powder Snow down, maybe with one more shield having to be burned, but Coisabeast recognizes that, decides to let Primate go down here to the Avalanche. Could bring in the Probopass here or Ninetales. Either one would have worked because they would be able to basically farm down the Ninetales. Ooh! Froslass able to get the charge move off before Ninetales is able to take it out. Does burn the final shield there, gets a little bit of energy, and we'll see what does come in. It is the Lapras. So this isn't really where Ninetales wants to be because those Surfs will do a lot of damage. A little bit of mutual lag there and able to successfully swap into the Probopass. Probably would have been a dispute if it didn't end up working out, but hey, Probopass able to take that first one. Linden still holding onto a shield though. In comes that Primate, which is not where Probopass wants to be again. Goes for the Thunderbolt to try and take out this Primate as soon as possible so they can get back to the Lapras matchup. Linden burns his last shield. Primate going to farm down all the way here. This is not looking good for Coisabeast here. Goes for the Fire Weather Ball as well, which I feel like Psyshock would have taken out the Primate, but Weather Ball might not. We'll see how it does end up playing out though. Able to tank the charge. Ooh, actually undercharging it. So doesn't want to take out this Primate. Wants to get that first charge move and try and farm all the way down. Unfortunately, just short of being able to farm down. A couple more bubbles and that Primate would have been gone, and Ninetales would be able to get some charge moves onto the Pokemon in the back. But again, Coisabeast was able to take out round 3 and now going into the finals. Going into the finals now, up against MysticPadfoot, Coisabeast going for the sweep here. And MysticPadfoot has a pretty similar team to CO, just without the Kingdra and with the Melmetal instead of the Probopass. Primate up against Froslass in the lead though, and we've seen this before. It could kind of go either way a little bit. I think Coisabeast can go for that same strategy of going up to the double Night Slash and then try and get the back-to-back, not letting a Powder Snow come through from the Froslass. Burns that first shield, charging up to the back-to-back now, and the opponent actually swaps into Pelipper. So swapping into the Froslass here. Froslass can do so much damage against Pelipper. Like, I thought Pelipper was a pretty tanky mon, but like Avalanche does most of Pelipper's health. So definitely could be a little bit rough for the opponent here. Goes for that Avalanche. We'll see if the opponent does end up burning their first shield to go into the even shield. No shield! Pelipper, one more Powder Snow, down it goes. That is so rough for the opponent though. They decided to bring in that Froslass though, and that Froslass does have the energy advantage because they were able to farm up a little bit more on that Primate. So yeah, Avalanche comes through first, going to let that go through because Coisabeast knew that he was at a little bit of a disadvantage there. Anyway, brings in the Ninetales, trying to farm down the Froslass. Not going to be able to fully farm though. Might potentially have to burn a shield, although doesn't have to, doesn't decide to. Will be able to tank whatever this is anyway. Is the Shadow Ball, tanks it, one more fire spin, it down, goes to Froslass, and we'll see what is in the back. It is a Mandibuzz. This could be so rough for Coisabeast here. It could really go either way because the opponent still has both shields intact, and Mandibuzz is really tanky. So even though Coisabeast has like 5 million energy stored up on both the Primate and the Ninetales, this could seriously go either way. So it's just a matter of, is he able to get enough damage through while not taking enough damage in return? Can he get the damage in the right places, etc, etc? So burning his final shield on the Aerial Ace there, charges up past 2 cross drops here, goes to the first one here, trying to burn the last shield off of the Mandibuzz. Does the shield come up? We do see the last shield. There are no more shields here. Gets the back-to-back cross drop, not letting a Snail come through, which is great for Silph here. He needs every little advantage he can get in this matchup. The charge move coming through from the Mandibuzz, that is so rough for Primate here. No more charge moves coming through here. It is just down to the Ninetales. Ninetales has one Weather Ball ready to go. Looks like he's going for the double Weather Ball. Realizes that he might not get there. Might be one Snail too quick. Weather Ball comes through, and it does take out the Mandibuzz, taking game 1 in the finals. That was so intense, and that is why we're in the finals of this tournament. Going to game 2 now with Kingdra up against Pelipper. This is another little bit of a war of attrition, sort of. Kingdra is definitely doing a lot of damage there with the Dragon Breaths, and in comes the Mandibuzz. Kingdra charging up a lot of energy there, and now swapping into the Probopass, ready to tank the charge move, hopefully an Aerial Ace from the Mandibuzz. It is the foul play, but yeah, still not going to do much damage at all, and Probopass is in such a good spot here. Coisabeast must just be sitting there cheering, going, oh yeah, we've got the tank first to fly. This is exactly what tanks are built to do. Eats that foul play for breakfast, charging up to, looks like the back-to-back charge moves again. Didn't quite have the back-to-back rock slide there, but going for this first one, and then will only be one fast move away. Does go through, one more fast move, and the next rock slide going through now. Do we see a shield from the Mandibuzz? Unlikely, because, I mean, why does Mandibuzz want to stay in this matchup? It's definitely not going to win it out, so the opponent recognizes that, lets it go. In comes that Pelipper, trying to get the Weather Balls to try and take out the Probopass, it seems. Coisabeast deciding to not shield. Knowing that he's got that Kingdra in the back that's got a pretty good time here anyway, and is able to get the rock slide off before going down, able to hang on with just that sliver again. What is it with Coisabeast and just hanging on with that sliver of HP? Oh man, and because Pelipper is not doing much damage with the fast moves as well, and then that Probopass was able to put on a lot of hurt onto that Pelipper. In comes the Kingdra using the Octazooka and getting a shield and the attack debuff on this Pelipper. This is looking so good for Coisabeast here. Burns this shield, does not want to get hit by a Hurricane, and that is exactly what was coming through there. So unfortunate for the opponent, they were really just banking on that charge move working. Goes for the Octazooka on this Frostlass here, trying to get that attack debuff again. Do we see it? We see the attack debuff. The 50-50 chance goes in Coisabeast's favor, and that is the fun of the gambling Kingdra. So charge move going to come through here. Going to take, oh, never mind, because of the debuff. Does not take out Kingdra. In comes Primate. Going to be able to burn the last shield here. A couple more counters and that Frostlass will go down. And then there will be that kind of low health Pelipper hanging out of the back. In it comes. One charge from this cross shot will take it out, and this will crown Coisabeast as the champion of the tournament, going with the 4-0 sweep, which is such an awesome team too. The opponent didn't end up doing a third battle by the seams of it. But yeah, seriously, well-earned victory from Coisabeast there, and I mean, yeah, Probopass and Kingdra, do not sleep on those picks in this cup especially, so yeah, massive props to Coisabeast, he's an absolute legend again, and thank you for sharing this footage as well, but yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one if you are new, for more Silph content coming out through the month. And also thank you to my patrons and supporters over on Twitch. But yeah, if you do want some more Vortex Cup action, you can click either of those videos on the right hand side, and otherwise there will be plenty more coming out on this channel soon, so definitely stay tuned. You can hit the notification bell if you hadn't already. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye, see you in the next one. Bye, don't forget to subscribe.